welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Sammy and we do DIYs, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today is another Spotlight Saturday. I can't wait to show you who this creator is. And with that said, let's go ahead and get right into the video.
For project number 1, I have a framed canvas art piece. So we're going to go to Dollar Tree and grab a beautiful piece of framed art. And I have a thrifted frame. Frame is perfect as it is. It's already distressed. It didn't have glass or a backing. This frame is going to take about an 8 by 10 picture. And so this canvas is perfect for it. Now we need to take it off of this little frame that it has underneath, but we're going to save the frame. So you can just use any type of cutters you have and take that off. We're going to have the extra canvas on the outsides, which is what you need. So don't slice it off of your frame. You're going to take the staples out so you have all that extra there. Now I'm just going to use my little mini press, and if you have an iron, I guess you could probably try to use an iron, or you can use your flat iron that you use in your hair to straighten out your edges, because I need this. My frame is bigger than the width of this picture, so now we have the extra that we need. Just iron it down, make it nice and flat. See there? Perfect. Now it's going to fit inside my 8 by 10 frame. And I like this a lot better. I'm just going to pull off all those tabs in the back that hold the glass and the backing on, because I don't need it. And I'm going to make a new backing. I'm going to measure out and mark off 8 by 10 on this cardboard piece that I saved from the Dollar Tree calendar I bought. Very easy to do. Then you can use scissors or whatever you want to use to cut this. I just like to use my rotary cutter. If I mention any links, you can find those in the description box below if you're curious about any of the tools I use. So I'm just going to cut that off at the right size, and this is going to be our new backing. I want to hot glue my canvas down on here. So be sure before you flip it over that it is positioned exactly where you want it, so that it shows up in your frame in all the right spots. So you can see how easily I just hot glue this right to the back. You can use tape if you don't want to use hot glue, or you can use a regular whatever adhesive that you have. For me, hot glue works the quickest. Okay, so once that's done, I'm just going to take my hot glue and go on the top, the bottom, and then around the sides quickly before my glue gets cold, and press down my beautiful artwork from Dollar Tree. Look what a difference that makes. So much better looking, such a better, pretty, more neatly done, intentional piece of work now. So I have these felt black sheets that I like to use as backings when I need them. So I'm just going to hot glue this down on the back. It's going to be nice and neat, and no one will ever know that it came from a Dollar Tree canvas. Perfect. You can also use felt or cardboard, whatever you want to use, to cover the back of yours to make it look nice and neat. Now I'm going to take the hanger that came off of that canvas piece, and I'm going to use it on this frame. I'm just pressing this down so I'll know where to make my little holes, and I'm using a little tool that I got from Dollar Tree to just kind of whittle out a hole here. Just twisting it back and forth. You can buy these little tools, I think, in a 4-pack. I'm going to use some of my Fix-All adhesive from Dollar Tree and just dip the edges of that little sawtooth hanger down in there, and then pop it right down in those holes. It's going to take a while for this to dry, so you can go ahead and take your glue gun and just put a little bit of glue around the entry here, and that'll hold it in place. And this is how it's going to look. Hi, I'm Brandy, and this is Making It My Own DIYs. As a thrifty DIY crafter, I like to offer inspiration and encouragement while showing you step by step how to take a project and make it your own. And we achieve this by using Dollar Tree and thrifted items so that we stick within a tight budget. Project number 2 is a fishing basket floral. So this is a fishing basket that I thrifted from Goodwill. I love this. This is my 4th one, I think, that I have thrifted, and they always come in different sizes. Some have different hangers, you know. I love them. They're so easy to work with. So I'm just taking a soft shoe brush and dusting this off removing all the dust out of here. This is a good way and an easy way to clean up your items. You can also use a vacuum cleaner to get all the dust out of those cracks. You can paint it or you can stain it if you would like, but I'm going to leave it just as it is. Now I got these beautiful, they kind of look like dogwood to me, but I'm not sure. These floral picks, and I got them from Goodwill also, but they were all wound up and squished down. You know how it is when you get done with your crafting season and you just put everything in a box to donate. You just kind of pack it down in there to get ready to send it off to a new home. I think that's what happened in this situation. So I like to go through all of my thrifted picks and pull them apart and fluff them out to give them a better look. And it really makes a difference. This is such an easy project, y'all. I'm going to take about 6 inches on the end of that stem or pick and fold it up. I'm going to take the next one and do about 4 or 5 inches so that the height is a little different, and I'm not going to cut these, that way I can use them again. I'm going to put them right in the hole in the top of the fish basket, and then the next one I'm just going to leave full size. You can hot glue foam in the bottom if you would like, if this is something you want to be more permanent, but for me, I am going to use something a little bit different to keep them from flopping around and falling over. I'm just going to take my jute and I'm going to do about 14 inches 4 times. So it's going to be a bundle here, and I'm just going to cut it off, wrap it around, and just tie a little bow, just like a shoestring bow, right around here to just help hold it in place until I can get it positioned where I want in my decorations in my house. I love the look of this. It's rustic. I'm all about rustic and a nice farmhouse cottage clean look, and I think this is perfect for spring and summer. Project number 3 is a simple spring wreath. Now, using those same picks, of course they need a little TLC, they're going to need some love. I'm going to use one of these wreaths that I got thrifted as well. And I'm just showing you here the measurements. So it's slightly oblong at 17 and 18 inches. I've got some wired burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. Use what you have though. And then I'm going to take those picks and do the same thing as we did before. I'm going to pull them apart, and then since they look sort of viney, I'm going to take those wired vines here, and you can get pitberry vines at Dollar Tree that are very similar for the little buried sections. And just twist them around the end of one of my little tools here. I'm going to go with this little curly look for this wreath. So I'm just going to pull these apart because I discovered that they are all wound onto one larger pick, so I can get several picks out, and breaking them down this way makes it a little bit easier, and I have a little more control about positioning when I use them in my wreath. The best part of this wreath is you have to use no hot glue. We're going to just be pushing these in, and we're going to be tying on a bow, and it's going to make it simple. These are fast projects, and I hope that you enjoy these ones that I'm showing you today. And when you get done with these, you can go over to my link, which is in Sammy's description box, and go check out the next 4 projects that I do on my channel. I would love to see you over there. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the bottom. I'm kind of looking at my wreath split down the middle. So we have one half that's going to be nice and clean, and you're going to see all the beautiful woody viney goodness, and on the other side we're going to put the florals down. So I'm concentrating just on the left side, and I'm just poking these in here, overlapping them slightly and bunching them out where I want them to be. You can see here I'm kind of halving it in my mind, and I'm just placing these down. So Sammy is doing a Spotlight Saturday where she's inviting lots of other crafty friends to come over to her channel and visit with her subscribers. So I'm very happy and privileged to be part of that group, and I hope you enjoy what you see here on my channel. Okay. So you can use as many or as few of these as you would like. I did notice at Dollar Tree the other day that they have picks on long stems. They have some olive branches, that would be pretty, and some different types of ferns would be pretty. You can of course add more greenery if you would like to this, really bring it up to more of a summer look. This to me looks a little more on the springy side, just the beginning of some green leaves. Just continue around. I always like to fluff my bows and work with my florals until I get them exactly how I like them. I'm going to make a very easy bow. I'm going to show you how to do this so you can make it your own. Very easy. You can see how I just folded that over. Now I'm just getting an idea of how big I want it to be, trimming it down, and then squeezing those tails and loops up together. I'm going to use a little clip that comes from Dollar Tree. I do this very often with making bows so that I can put it down and start on my next one. I have small hands. I can't hold a bunch of bow loops and things like that in my hands at one time. So I find that using a clip to hold my pieces together really makes a difference. Now if you have a bow maker, that's something different because it's going to hold it all there for you. But here we go. This one is a little bit smaller than the one in the back, and I'm just trying to decide which one I want on top. Do I want the solid one or the one with the lace? And I think I'm going to do it just like this. You can do whatever you want. Now I do recognize the fact that these two pieces of burlap are a little bit different in color, but that is okay with me because, you know, again, I like rustic, and all shades of brown and beige are fine in my book. I'm just going to use some jute and just tie a couple of knots right here in the center to hold these two bows together and to help cinch these down so that it gives it that nice loop look on the little loop parts, nice and full. Now because we use wired ribbon, we can position these around. We can decide which bow do we want to be above the other, or do we want them to sit right on top of each other. Whichever way you like it, fluff that bow out, make it your own, and then I'm simply going to tie this on with that long piece of jute that I used to tie the bow together and trim it off. And then you can position the bow in the right spot, just kind of slide it around and fluff it back out. To me, you can never fluff too much on a bow. You just keep doing it until it is perfect the way you want it. That's a simple bow. If you've never made a bow before, I encourage you to make one of these. If you don't feel confident enough to do 2 layers, you just do one. It's easy, and we all got to start somewhere. So now I'm going to decide what to do with the ends, and I think I'm just going to cut them at a slant. You can do dovetails if you would like, whichever way you want to do it. And then once you get those done, go back over, make sure everything is just like you like it. You can use hot glue to tack these down if you want to, you know, if you feel better about it. And certainly if you're going to use it outside, use some hot glue so nothing falls apart. For project number 4, we're going to make some Decorizers. All right, so I got this little wall sticker from Dollar Tree. And then, of course, I love sunflowers. If you don't know that about me, I love daisies and sunflowers and magnolias and all that good stuff. And then I got these 2 little risers. Their sizes are slightly different. One's 8 inches, one's 8.5, and one stands a little bit taller than the other one. These originally came from Target, but I got them at a store called Dirt Cheap. Saved myself a little bit of money. And they were only $2.50 for both of them. So I thought that was a good deal. Now I'm going to flip this sticker thing over and draw on the back where I want to cut it, and then I'm going to trim it down. Now there is a little white border on here, just so you know. I did go back and trim the white border off, and I recommend that you do the same thing. It's clear. The backing is white, and then the part that hangs over would actually be clear, but it's more to have to sand off, and I'm just trying to avoid more work than I have to do, if you know what I mean. So that's when I realized it, and I trimmed it down. Now this is going to be perfect, and I want it to go right across the side like it's creeping over the edge. So just carefully peel off your wall sticker and then place it down on one of your risers. These would be really cute as like for a big candle, would be really pretty, or you can use it for any kind of thing you want to. You could set something else on top of it. You can use it to make a little vignette. You could use it in the bathroom to put like a little container of makeup brushes or something like that. You could use it in your kitchen. You can use it in your office. Okay, so once I get it positioned down correctly, I'm just going to use a little tool to push it down. You can use a credit card if you don't have a little special tool. And then I'll use my sanding block to make my edges nice and clean. And they will be even with the edge, no hangover, and it will look like it is hand painted onto there. You can use Mod Podge at this point if you would like to really seal that in. Totally up to you. And then I'm going to work on some more on the other side. So I think I want this piece, but it has kind of a weird edge, and I don't want that on there. I want just to be the solid parts of my leaves, not little cut off edges. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying, so that it's a nice, clean, pretty edge. Nothing that looks strange. We want it to look organic. And like I said before, kind of like it's hand painted on there. You can do this any way you want. You don't have to overlap your sides. You could do it right across the center. You can just cut off little bits and pieces so that you have more to put over there, cover more space, whichever way you like it. So now I'm just going to the second riser, and we're just working with scraps. This is one sheet for both of these risers. Again, we're going to cut off what we want and carefully peel it, because you can rip these off if you're not careful. You can see how I kind of move the paper while I'm pulling it off. Then I'm going to trim off all that irregular looking stuff on the side so I have a nice curve to put down. Just carefully placing that down, pressing it down with my finger, and then pressing it down. And then I'm just trimming off the piece that I cut off so that it will fit better on there. And I just covered that little space right there on the bottom. And doesn't that look exactly like it was supposed to go there? I love it when a project comes out just exactly like you envision it. Now we're almost finished with this project. I'm going to add the little flowers on here. These are so pretty. And then decide where I want this one, and I think it looks good right here, overlapped just slightly onto that eucalyptus. Very pretty. What do you think? Oh, these are so easy. I love this. Love it, love it. Okay, let's take a look at our projects now. You can see the picture off to the left, the risers, the fish basket, and there is the wreath. I believe in you, and I have these projects done for you today very quickly and easily. So if you're a beginner, these are perfect for you. Absolutely perfect for you. Take inspiration. You don't have to do exactly what I've done. If you like these things, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified every time I put out new videos, and you will find that on Mondays and Thursdays. Check out the link in Sammy's description box so that you can hop over to my channel and watch another 4 perfect DIY projects that are so easy to make. I'd love to see you there. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
So you guys, that was Brandy from Making It My Own. As per usual, I'm going to leave the link to her channel down below, along with her video that she is going to play right after this one to give you more new DIYs. I am trying my best here to kind of mix up these creators. Everybody I feel like had a certain style, from like thrift flipping to like the decoupage to farmhouse. So I hope that you're getting like a little mix of everything, because even though these things might not be your style, like your home decor style, you still get to learn different ways of doing things, and they spark ideas in you. And that's why I love watching a little bit of everything when I'm on YouTube. So I hope you really enjoyed Brandy. Make sure to show her some love. Go subscribe, like, do the same for your channel, because you guys know, if you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you're digging this channel, then make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and comment down below, because it really helps YouTube let everyone know. No. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm a mess. It lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this video, and they'll share it with other people. Okay, you guys, have a good one, And just so you know, Mama is back. And if you didn't catch Tuesday's video, I'm gonna link it down below and at the end right up here. So have a good one. Bye. Mama's back, Mama's back, Mama's back. I should shut the door.